Hi there, yep, the great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, if I'm very, very lucky. Nick Dutch here, yet again. I received a comment on one of my little videos, and it says here, yeah, it gets to you, but do you really give a fuck about those people who choose ignorance? Well, I just think too many people have a real low interpretational level and poor thinking skills. It's their problem to solve as life passes. The problem is that we are mixed between their society and putting some people down like crabs in a bucket. Interesting comment. I mean, why should I care for these people? They're the majority, that's why. If you don't care for the majority, then you'll be considered to be like a bit of a fascist bastard, which I'm not. Why else should I care for these people? Because of the cult that we have in this world of trust. Naturally, when you go through like your education, your schooling, when you go through university, you don't always have the money behind you, the right sufficient quantity of documentation or laboratory experiments to find everything else out for yourself. So we humans tend to trust people who allegedly have the knowledge. Now, in some cases, that's a good thing. We can go to a book on quantum physics and find stuff out about quantum physics that we can't find out about using an electric kettle and a pinch of salt in our own kitchen, let's say. But on the other hand, when it comes to religion and spirituality, there's this perpetual desire to fulfill the needs inherent in humans through listening to the lies that other people are telling. And then that creates people who have beliefs, and these beliefs then go out through these people and infect other individuals, and thus a cult or a culture of complete and utter stupidity or insanity starts sweeping the nation, sweeping the world, and eventually we start living in the world we are today. Now, this particular level of ignorant trust of what we're told extends to political leaders, people in finance. It extends to our bosses. We're all told that, and you make so many phone calls in a day, then you'll definitely reach target. But on the other hand, the market that you're given at the time happens to be one which has a terrible, exchange rate, so you can't sell the goods. So then, you end up with a disagreement with the boss and all the rest of it. We're told to trust. We are told to trust people. The end result of this is to basically go through hell. I mean, as you well know, I am a professional tarot reader, and that means people come to me to beat a few ideas about. A lot of my clients are very well educated, very wealthy, successful people who are still struggling with some ideas that were put into their minds by the media, and by that I do not mean the tabloid press, I mean the regular media, because when you're given some facts in front of you, it's very easy to say it must be true without turning around and thinking about it. The economy, the way it is at the moment, there's a few more questions to be asked there. The way that you are brought up, the values you are given, the behavior you are encouraged to perform during your youth and during your adulthood. It's a form of programming. You still need to be able to have certain analytical and introspective tools to be able to deal with that. Humans aren't given these. I mean, let's take the example of someone who's in their 40s or 50s, who's still operating under the same programming that they were given in primary school, for instance. It's a very common phenomenon. Yeah, I do care for these people. I care for these people a lot, because they are taught to learn. I mean, I'm quite a good product of the educational system myself. I did my GCSEs, I did my end of school type, examinations. I did an access course. I got to university. I got a degree. I became a part qualified accountant. Just for fun, I studied some natural and neuroscience, and I learned some of the ways in which we can learn, but I was not taught how to think. I was not taught that we have a right and or a duty to criticize the information which is given to us. Naturally, when you're trying to get a piece of paper like a degree, trying to challenge what you're given is not recommended, because you got to get your degree, which is all about all of your lecturers who they say, no, we're interested in what you think, when in fact they're actually interested in what they think, because they've got views, they've got beliefs, and they're asking for a corroboration of their beliefs so that you can get your piece of paper. That's just the way that the academic world works. Get used to it. Same is true in the world of work, but to a lesser extent, in which case you are encouraged to just absorb your corporate brainwashing, which you have to do. You actually have to do it. It's not a question of, oh my god, this is corporate brainwashing, I've got to avoid it. No, you've got to follow it if you want to keep your job, if you want to carry on paying your bills, if you want to carry on surviving. But when you get back home, you put on dinner, or you have a nice cup of tea, or whatever it is, think of what you've been through in the day. Not just trying to pat yourself on the back saying, yeah, I did what was right, because you did what you had to do to survive. But what you should do when you come back home from work and you've had your cup of tea or dinner or whatever, is to analyze what you've been given, work out where the holes are, work out where the problems are with the reasoning, work out where they're coming from. It's a skill. It doesn't come overnight. I hope that some of my more passionate videos will shock a few people into realizing that life is a little harder than they previously imagined. But maybe it won't. Maybe we gotta take the slower academic route for some people. Alright. Good fortune and God bless to one and all. Speak to you again soon.